Foxy, she's a baby, but she listens to me. You know what I mean? She's tough. You know what I mean?
Foxy Brown joins us this evening. Foxy.
Hi, good evening.
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's that male, female, you know what I mean, point of view.
Assuming you've been over here before, once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
You over here, you're going to be performing, you're touring, you're doing headlines and that kind of thing. You're doing Hyde Park, you're doing a show here.
Foxy Brown accuses Jay Z of selling her body to Jamie Foxx. She alleged that a videotape was made during one of her meetings with Jay Z. This session was far from private, as another high-profile individual was present. Jamie Foxx, the multi-talented actor who portrayed Wanda on the classic sketch comedy show In Living Color. Foxy's purported narrative appears to have gotten even murkier when she claimed Jay Z forced her to sign various non-disclosure agreements or gag orders regarding an intimate meeting involving all three of them, herself, Jamie Foxx, and Jay Z. She said that this meeting was, in fact, a threesome. They're every day. Man, let me tell you about this little firecracker, Foxy. She might be a baby, but she's got ears like a hawk. Do you feel me? And tough? Oh yeah, she's got that in spades. So who's gracing us with their presence tonight? That's right, Foxy Brown in the house. Hey, good evening, you all. Nice to see your faces. Thanks for rolling through, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's all good, man. Male, female, whatever, we're all here for a good time. And hey, if you've been around the block once or twice, you know the deal. Foxy's been tearing it up on tour, hitting up spots like Hyde Park, and now she's here to bring the heat. But hold up. Let's talk about the bombshell she dropped about Jay Z. I mean, we're talking jaw-dropping stuff here. In the entertainment world, Jay Z, Mr. Big Shot, is getting called out by Foxy Brown. And she isn't holding back. We've all been giving Jay Z a pass for too long, but Foxy's like, no, not this time. She's standing tall, ready to take on someone as big as Jay Z. And it's making us all think, where's the line regarding power and privilege in Hollywood?
Jay Z when she was 15 and he was 27. Situations like that, it'll make you skeptical. Like, okay, if y'all made so much out of him for Leah, then why was y'all so solid about Jay Z and Foxy?
So what's the scoop? Foxy's been through some stuff, man. She's been through the fire and come out the other side. But here's the kicker. She's saying Jay Z, when he was 27, did some shady stuff with her when she was just 15. Rumor has it that he was splashing the cash on her shopping sprees while she was still hitting the books in high school. Wild, right? Hold up, let me break it down for you. According to Foxy, Jay Z was pulling out all the stops to get cozy with her. I'm talking jumping in vans, road tripping to Maryland, basically going anywhere to get her alone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Period. Jay and I come from nothing together. My cousin Clark Kent, we're gonna be all the way real. Everybody must say this, but Clark Kent is the reason why we are all on, and that is my blood cousin. So no one ever, we've never heard anything like that. Have you ever heard Foxy dissing Jay Z or Jay Z dissing Foxy? Ever? So we're gonna wait 15 years later and just come out the blue and start calling people. I'm gonna say that I have whatever it was horrible. Jamie Foxx's name was brought in. I didn't even know Jamie Foxx like that. I mean, just horrible things was that. I can sit back and say, and I'm a blogger, and I can say, well, Puffy just said that he and people believe it. It's scary. It's crazy.
But wait, there's more. Allegedly, Foxy's claiming Jay Z's got a thing for trans folks. She says she found out after one of them started blowing up her phone, harassing her right after Jay Z gave her some G infection. And let me tell you, she's not taking this lightly. She's weighing her words and actions carefully, thinking it all through.
Think about what I'm gonna say. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Now here's where it gets even crazier. Foxy's spilling tea about a supposed video of one of her sessions with Jay Z. And get this, it wasn't just a private affair. Nope, there was another big shot in the room. Jamie Foxx, the dude from In Living Color. And Foxy's saying it wasn't just your regular encounter. Oh no, it was a threesome. Can you believe it? But here's the kicker. Right after that, poof, the tape disappears from Foxy's crib. And guess who she's pointing fingers at? Yep, Jay Z. She's convinced he had a hand in making that tape vanish into thin air. Talk about shady, right? But hold on. We're just scratching the surface here. Foxy's dropping hints about even more secrets in Jay Z's closet. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Who knows what else she's got up her sleeve? We'll have to wait and see. So, here's the deal straight from Foxy's mouth. She's dropping bombs about Jay Z's world left and right, and it's not pretty.
I have questions, I'm gonna ask the question. And it got intense. But that's my man. That's my man, you know. I love Dame.
Well, you brought up the whole Foxy Brown thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did. And the only reason why I brought that up because again we were talking about R. Kelly, and Dame was taking his stance like, I don't condone fuck shit and staying solid, and then, you know, at the time people were talking about him being in the Fiesta video, and I was like, yo, let's not sit around and not act like there wasn't young girls that, you know, were in the hip hop community and stuff like that. And I just from a fan, I was like, my understanding, Foxy got signed at like 15, 16 years old, and the first time I had heard of her was on the Ain't No Nigga record. And this all speculation and rumors. We don't know if it's true, but I'm talking about as a fan outside looking in, and that's why I had Dame in front of me. I was like, how old was she when y'all was in the studio? Like, was anything going on? And if he would have just said no, I think when he was like, oh, I see what you doing. Oh, you funny. Like he was playing it up. But I'm just like, there's probably 5-10 other artists and females that are around that were teenagers. That's why I said there's cats now that the reason why ain't nobody speaking up, because everybody been condoning this bullshit in hip hop and film and television and sports. There's young teenage girls around grown ass fucking men all the time.
Yeah.
Quote me. Like I see, and it has to stop.
I agree.
Like, I don't care if you're a billionaire now. I don't care if you married now. Like, if we gonna call out everybody we calling out, then everybody gotta come to the table. If you fucked a 15-year-old, I don't care who you are, you gotta.
Well, remember Tiger was with Kylie when she was a teenager.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you fucking 15-year-olds and you a grown ass man, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Let's just say Kylie wasn't 15 years old. I'm not trying to get any more lawyer letters here.
I don't know, but I'm just saying individuals. I didn't say anybody's name because these lawyers be calling me every day. But if you're a grown ass fucking man and you're fucking a 15-year-old, you're sick.
Right. Well, after the interview with Dame, 50 Cent, you know,
he commented as he does.
Said say you're trying to get Jay jammed up.
I didn't even. I just asked the question.
Yeah.
My thing, and I was just because Dame was sitting there acting like he was holier than thou, and you know, I was like, yo, if we gonna sit here and throw these stones in this glass house, like, we can't do that. Like, again, it's not our job to just start canceling motherfuckers, because if we cancel everybody, everybody's canceled. That was the point I was making at that stage, and that was even before I had even knew all of the other sick shit that R. Kelly was doing. I was just asking a question, and we were talking about being solid. That was the whole thing, and I was like, well, if you wasn't fucking with him, I know you had to see some other shit. Where was your solid line? Where was you? All right, I'll roll with that, but I won't roll with that. That's all I was acting. This selective outrage that we all have, that, oh, fuck him, but not fuck him, or like, that's all I was saying. So then when Fifth commented, I was like, nigga, let's talk about it. Like, in the comments, I was like, to me, solid recognize solid, suckers recognize suckers. Like, that's kind of what I said back. Like, if you fucking 15-year-old girls, that's some fuck shit. Like, yeah. It shouldn't happen. And that's, I ain't John Legend, but I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm here to give my opinion. Any grown-ass man that's fucking with a little teenage girl is wrong.
First, she hints at some serious ties between Jay Z and Larry Johnson, NBA player extraordinaire. They weren't just casual buddies. Foxy suggests there might have been more to it. And the fact that they once shared an apartment? Yeah, that raised some eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Foxy isn't holding back regarding Beyonce, Jay-Z's Queen Bee. Let's say her feelings towards Beyonce are anything but sweet. Foxy's not mincing words here. She's saying Beyonce got infected by Jay-Z, and she's not having it. F that hallosis infected H, she said. Ouch. And if these allegations hold water, it's seriously messed up. Foxy's been through some rough stuff herself, you know? She's been a victim of infection and SA, and she's not about to let Jay Z off the hook. But here's where it gets even murkier. Foxy's saying Jay Z started grooming her way back when she was just a kid. Like, we're talking early teens here. Their connection goes back to her L Cool J remix days when she was barely 14 or 15. And as she climbed up the music ladder, Jay Z was beside her, collaborating and co-writing tracks.
Vein is, we've also talked that you are a ghostwriter and you write for a lot of women. And I'm not asking you to say who you write for, but how do you think that, like, you, especially never being in love, you know, how do you write for women so well? How do you
I just say I study people. You know what I mean? How I write for people, I study people. Like a lot of times, you know, you'll see me somewhere, you know, I'm not very vocal and you think something wrong and I'm just standing there and I'm just observing. I just watch people. I'm very observant. I just watch people. I watch their actions and the things they do, the things that they like, the things they dislike. You know what I mean? So, and that's just me naturally. That's not me taking care of business. That's just what I do. So, when it comes time to, you know, to work with some of these people, you know, I just apply all those things, all those, you know, all those little things that I've noticed and picked out, you know, the way, you know, she liked the good shoes and da-da-da-da, and just put it all down.
Interesting. So do people come to you and say, will you write this for me, or just sometimes you, like, kind of put yourself out there? Like, how does it work to
No, I never shot myself to write for anyone. You know what I mean? I'm just here. You know, if you want to work with me, just holler at me. You know, time right, vibe right, money right. We can do it. You know what I mean? But I don't shot myself. Like, I don't write anything and then not use it either. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna work like that. If you want to work with me, that's how it is. You know, it ain't like I write something and do it and you, Well, I take a, you know, a suggestion here and a suggestion here, how to make, you know, how to move this and how to do this. But, you know, when you hire somebody, you want them to do something for you, you know, you tell them to bring their thing into your situation. So they just gotta let me go. You know what I mean? I take a couple of suggestions here and there, but for the most part, I'm gonna just do it how I do it. And that's it. It's not, you're not doing it over, that's it. You know what I mean?
So I know that you don't write anything down when you rhyme for your own work.
Same.
So you write stuff, you actually physically write things down for other people.
Same way, I just put it down. I just click on there and do the track, lay it down, and they'll take the track, take it home or whatever, listen to it, and then come back and they'll do their interpretation of it.
So they like rhyme over what you've done? Or, I mean, you rhyme it out, you lay it down,
right,
and then they listen to it, and then they basically mimic almost.
Right.
Okay.
Add their little twist to it, their little characteristics in there, the way they want to pause, and, you know.
Their debut duet, Ain't No N, was a major hit and featured on a blockbuster movie soundtrack. But behind the scenes, much more was going on than just music. Foxy's shining a light on some dark corners of Jay Z's past, and it's a wild ride. Who knows what else she's got up her sleeve? We'll have to wait and see.
I keep you fresher than the next chick. For you to ever sweat the next chick. With speed, I make the best chick see the exit. Indeed, you gotta know you thoroughly respected. By me, you get the keys to the Lexus. No driving, got your own 96 something. The ride and keep you right tight up in Versace. That's why you gotta watch your friends, you got to watch me. You conniving. The first shit's a crack for bank. They try me, all they get is 50 cent francs. And papayas from the village to the deli. Time to kill it on your belly. No questionable black chicks between my cheeks and essence. They say sex is a weapon. So when I shoot, meet to death in less than 8 seconds. Still pounding in my afterlife. Laughing, my thing is tight. Let me hear y'all. What? Right. You betcha. You what? Is that right? What? Right. Check. Fresh to death Sipping Moschino, coach bag looking half black and Filipino. Faking no jazz, got you a beat with a Philip Boy. Surrounded your feet and Jonah Davis and Charles Joy. I keep you dug with love, you know these girls be making me weak. Y'all know how it goes, B. And so I've been sinning since you've been playing with Barbie and Kenny. You can't change a player's game in the ninth inning. The chrome rim spinning keeps them grinning. So I run way above venom and wrinkle their face like linen. I played hard till they say dog. He's keeping it real. Chicken stay hard. Blood don't even trip. Slip. Get a grip. What you don't see is what you get. Weapons concealed. Tell me what y'all feel. When you brothers play sick, we can all get ill. What? Right. Right. That's right. Whoa, y'all rock it. Yo, ain't no stopping this. Promise to stay monogamous. Love, you know these girls be making me weak. Y'all know how it goes, B, so I say things.
What up, boo? Just keep me laced in the illest snakes. Bankrolls the whip. Back rubs in a French tub, macking his tricks, wifey boo. So when you flip that dough, remember them days you was but now you styling, I raised you, basically made you into a dawn. Flip away hair on and you know the nana is all that. That's why I can forget 5 carats and all that. From Dolce Gabbana to H. Fidel, I'm ringing bell. Now who the player? I still keep you in the illest gators. Tailor made to lay up in the shade, reminiscent of how I sex it. Especially when I'm sipping Baileys, don't give a damn how you move with them other mommies. Shrimp scampi, rock larger than life. Not them Reebok broads, you made it known who the wife was. I got you frontin' in Armani sweaters. Before this rap thing when you was in lovers, hooped out Berettas, E-classes, Mo in the glasses, shows in Cali, with all the flavor suede valleys. All your menses and your benches, hot posts from where you're killing me playing this on my pubic hairs. I never worry about them other chicks, cause you proved to us your wins when you was spinning them shits. Tricked a little when you was up north, your commissary stayed valid. As you live in love on the island, all them collect deli back. But when you came home, bet I was coming off after the check. Now we on the ride, diamond mommy with the standard eyes, holding the brick, cops and ain't gay. Hell no, I see half of that dough. Made you when it was dark. Push a $100,000 card. Yeah, no one can. What?
Let's rewind to 1996 when The Nutty Professor hit the screens. But guess what? The track featuring Jay Z and Foxy Brown had been cooking up since '94. Jay Z's swagger kicked it off, giving a shout out to Foxy with those self-assured lyrics. Fox Brown, yeah, Jay Z, he spits, setting the tone. I keep it fresher than the next, by no need for you to ever sweat the next B. And it doesn't stop there. He's laying it on thick, handing Foxy the keys to the Lexus, and no driver is needed. She's rolling in her own 96, decked out in Versace. The chorus? It's a steamy duet between Foxy and Jay Z, heating things up even more. But here's where it gets spicy. The age thing. Yeah, it's a hot topic. Foxy was only around 14 or 15 when she laid down those tracks, but her debut album, Il Nana, didn't drop until she was 17. And get this, Jay Z had his fingerprints all over it. 5 co-writing credits? That's not just a coincidence.
His Fox's new album should be coming up soon. Work with her. You know, yeah.
You guys work pretty well together.
Yeah. It's that male female, you know what I mean, point of view though. You just that our point of view is so strong that it has to be, it can't be ignored, you know what I mean? It's like an ordinary point of view. It's like very controversial. You know, you got to speak about it. So it's cool. It's cool.
You guys get along pretty well?
Yeah. Fox is she's a baby, but she listens to me, you know what I mean? She's tough, you know what I mean? She's a brat. But she listens to me, so it's cool, you know what I mean? Baby girl, she's good. She's cool people.
One track, Ain't No N, had Jay Z's influence written all over it. And let me tell you, it wasn't shy about getting explicit. Method Man might not have been in on the lyrical content, but Jay Z and his crew, they were all about shaping the sizzle of that album. Another track featuring Jay Z, equally steamy. So yeah, things heated up between Foxy and Jay Z back in the day. And with every track they dropped, the curiosity just kept on growing. It was like watching a spicy drama unfold, track after track. Who knew where it would all lead? Let's dive into the timeline. It looks like the album dropped around a 97, but the vocals, yeah, they were laid down between a 94 and a 96. But here's the real juicy part. The the rumors swirling around Jay Z and Foxy's relationship in the 90s.
Yeah, y'all, check out the Blacks in Action Summer Jam. You don't want to miss it. I won't, you know? Jay Z, yo.
Yeah, check it out. Welcome back to Blacks in Action. This week, you know, we chilling with my man Jay Z. What's up, son?
What the deal? What the deal? What's up, y'all?
All right, check it. First of all, what a lot of people want to know, they want to know, did you start that label, Rockefeller, the one that you want?
Oh, yeah. Me, my partner, Dame Dash, and my man Biggs, we put together Rockefeller Records. We got distribution with priority and, you know, expect big things from us, you know?
That's all right, because, you know, you got mad skills, and you know priority wouldn't put anybody on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. They're a monster. You know, their distribution ain't nothing to play with. You know what I mean? So I'm very comfortable with this situation. Y'all gonna hear a lot from Rockefeller in the near future. You know?
Now, a lot of people don't know, but I remember when you was performing way back at Designs and Demerara's with Nathan Smalls at those small parties. You know, this brother came a long way. You know, tell him about your little struggle and everything.
Well, I never was struggling. I wouldn't say that, but my man Jazz brought me in this business down back in '89. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know, from there I was getting sidetracked. You know, but I finally buckled down for this year to, you know, to put together this album. This is my first album, and we gonna make it work. You know what I mean?
Right. Because we definitely felt, you know, in my lifetime, that was the first single?
Yeah, that was on Rockefeller. Originally, then Payday picked it up, but they ain't really do nothing with it. So, you know, we gotta go for that, you know what I mean? Now
Now, neither of them was spilling the beans back then, but let's be real, they were tight. Like exceptionally close, both in and out of the studio. Foxy was a force on stage, leaving crowds wanting more. But what really got people talking was Jay Z constantly bringing her along on his tours. Was it just friendship, or was there something more? But here's where it gets interesting. Foxy was just a teenager when she first crossed paths with Jay Z while he was in his late 20s. Yeah, it's eyebrow-raising. When Foxy signed on with Def Jam, rumors suddenly started swirling about their romance. Foxy shut them down, though, swearing up and down that their bond was all about the music. Still, you can't ignore the chemistry they had on stage. Jay Z kept inviting Foxy to perform with him, tour after tour. It was like they were inseparable. But what was going on behind the scenes? We'll never know for sure. The 90s, a decade filled with scandals and speculation, and Foxy and Jay Z were right in the middle of it all. People couldn't help but compare the Aaliyah and R. Kelly drama unfolding at the time. They were always spotted together, hitting the same parties, mingling in the same circles. Naturally, tongues started wagging, wondering if there was more to their relationship than met the eye. And let's not forget about Lil' Kim and Biggie. Their undeniable chemistry made everyone convinced there was more than friendship. So when people looked at Foxy and Jay Z, they couldn't help but wonder if they shared a similar bond.
Let me ask you, as relates to what we all felt on September 11th and the personal grieving that you have now with your uncle's passing, how have these events changed your life and your outlook at life?
It's, you know, I hope people really take this, you know, in stride, but there's a saying that if you want to make God laugh, you make plans, meaning only he holds the fate to what lies ahead of all of us. And I think that the biggest lesson learned now is just to live for the moment. That's, you know, because I don't understand the lesson in the Aaliyah plane crash. I don't understand the lesson in the September 11th tragedy. I don't understand this lesson in Flight 587, but it just has to be live for the moment. Because he was a wonderful man, and you say to yourself, why him? I mean, I know I've made a lot of mistakes in my time, and I know that I've been, you know, in near-death situations also, and I say to myself, if they die, you know, in such a tragic way, how will we, or me per se? So, I mean, you just learn to live for the moment, and I don't know, it's just, I don't understand the lesson. I don't understand what God wants us to learn out of this one.
Well, sometimes it's not for us to know right away.
Right, that's another thing. Sometimes it's just not for us to know. And then when it's your time, it's your time. You can perform, make all the money in the world. That's why right now I'm focusing on just being with my family.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that made news, and I know no matter how many times you talk about it, you sometimes can't clear it up, but let's try to clear some things up. One of the things that you make news about is this whole running feud with Lil' Kim. And whether or not it's real, whether it's publicity, and then there was gunplay, you know, earlier this year, and the question of whether or not you guys can come to some, I know that you offered up a peace offering and said, hey,
an olive branch.
let's forget all of this.
Right, and I tried. I mean, being the younger of the two, I tried to just say, you know what, but that's the kind of upbringing that I had. My mother was like, look, it makes no sense. Reach out to her. You guys don't have to be friends, but just try to be civil. And I reached out and, you know, our olive branch was denied. But beyond that, I say to myself, there's so many rappers, males. No one has tried to say, let's get you guys together, and no one. So, I mean, is it that serious, or do people just look at the fact that these are the two largest women in hip-hop right now, and they're feuding?
Even NASA's infamous Ether track seemed to hint at something between Jay Z and Foxy. It was like the whole world was buzzing with speculation. And then there's Damon Dash, grilled about Foxy's signing age. He tried to dodge the question, but he slipped up big time. When pressed, he basically let it slip that some intimate stuff was going down between Foxy and Jay Z. Oops! So yeah, there was much more behind the scenes than they were letting on. And with every new revelation, the gossip mill just kept on churning. It was like a real-life soap opera, with Foxy and Jay Z starring. It seems like opening Pandora's box unleashed a whole storm of drama. When those allegations hit the airwaves, Foxy Brown wasted no time setting the record straight. She came out swinging, calling the story atrocious and disgusting, and she wasn't pulling any punches. With her attorney on speed dial, she vowed to shut down anyone spreading lies about her. Even Wendy Williams couldn't resist stirring the pot. When Foxy's memoir was announced, Wendy didn't hold back, hinting at some shady business between her and Jay Z. She wasn't beating around the bush, that's for sure.
Always has, you know, she speaks out in the media and I don't. I'm like the underdog in the situation. I'm the one that you rarely see on the red carpet. So if you don't speak out, people only have one story to go by. So a lot of people didn't understand my story, and I never had a problem with Kim. I actually enjoy her music. You know, I don't have a problem with her at all.
You have throughout your career talked about Tupac Shakur. And there is some, I assume, some connection with his lyrics and his life and what you see your life as. One of the things, and I got to know him a little bit, one of the things that I was interested in is that he did seem to be fascinated with death. At an early age. And through some of your songs, I have heard some lyric that suggests that that wasn't too far away from your mind. And I'm wondering why someone so young had that connection with death at a time.
If you listen to Il Nana album, my first album, the fun songs, the happy records, that was a time in my life when rap was fun, when you were hungry to go in the studio and rap. Now for me, it's like, I mean, I still love it, but it's just a different time, a different era for me. And I've been through a lot of near-death situations where I feel like, wow, this can be, I'm kind of starting to identify with this. This is scary. So I just wanted to show people a different side and say everything that seems to be isn't.
The near-death experiences, that's so much was written about, whether you try to overdose, the car crash, and the like. How much of that, what we read, was true, and how much of that was fabricated? Was there a time in your life that you just didn't want to go on, frankly?
Oh, sure, definitely. There was a time, but my mother and my two brothers are like my life support, and they've been there through every situation, saying just go on, just, you know, you can do it again. When everybody, I mean, people love you when you have a hot record. That's fickle fans, that's what I call them. And people love you when you're hot, and when you're not, I mean, they just don't. Record companies, your posters come down, the videos stop, and, you know, I had a chance to be on top and on the bottom.
Do you know how many people will sit and say, you know, how could she be there? Because you, clearly, in an industry that is moving a generation, we're at the top of it, and so many people won't understand how you can be that depressed and be on top.
Oh, man. Trust me. When you get on stage and you look good, or you put up that facade, You get on stage and you're dressed nice and you're living through what people see on television, it's fine. But when you step off the stage, for me, it was hell. I was just living, in living hell. And I didn't know how to, I'm still young, I'm 23 years old, so I didn't know how to channel a lot of the negative energy that I had, and I kept it bottled inside, and I just would explode, and it was just really hard for me to understand what was happening.
I spoke with Mary J. Blige last year, and we talked about her low points, and she talked about how the same thing, so many people looked at, it's okay, baby.
Sorry.
So many people looked at where she was. And she knew in her mind that she was living a lie. And she found a way past it. Was your lowest point when you admitted to yourself that, hey,
I had a problem.
I got a problem here?
Mm-hmm.
How hard and how difficult?
I'm still not there yet where I want to be, but I'm trying. It was very difficult because that's the first part of having a problem. You don't admit that you have a problem. But I knew that I did. I knew that something was wrong. You don't have these type of feelings. I'm 23, I was 20, 21. That should have been the most enjoyable time of my life. And it just wasn't. I mean, I've never been a partying person. I've never been a person to really like the limelight that much, even in the beginning of my career, but it became really unbearable.
You have a record on the latest CD called The Letter. And it's a letter to your mom and your brother. One of the interesting things on there, and I wonder, it almost sounds like you wrote it as if you weren't going to be here. And Ron Isley is a part of that, who we had on a couple of weeks or a week ago. Did you choose to write it that way for drama, or again, was that one of those things that, I want to leave this in case?
Every incident, every obstacle was real life for me. And the letter was, I wanted to just show my mother and my brothers how much I appreciated them. And I wanted them to just... Can we break for a minute? I'm gonna...
We can do that. Okay. Take a little break, okay?
Sorry.
Take another break. Foxy Brown will be back. We're going to talk about some happy things, I promise you, in just a minute. Okay.
But let's rewind a bit. The Foxy and Jay Z SAG roots go way back to the early 90s hip-hop scene. They were both rising stars in the game, caught up in the whirlwind of fame and fortune. While the rumors may have swirled, Foxy has stayed tight-lipped until now. With her memoir on the horizon, who knows what other bombshells she's got in store? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Foxy Brown's hip-hop journey is like a roller coaster ride through the streets of Brooklyn. She grew up in Park Slope, and man, did she leave her mark on the scene. It started with a talent contest in her neighborhood, where she blew everyone away. That caught the attention of the big guns, track masters, who were cooking up tracks for LL Cool J's album. They saw something special in Foxy and invited her to jump on board, starting with I Shot Ya. And that was just the beginning. Enter Jay Z, the rising star of both rap and business. His Rockefeller records shook things up in hip-hop, and Foxy was in the mix. Their paths crossed early on, and let's say sparks flew. But as we all know, fame has its fair share of ups and downs. While Foxy's collaborations with Jay Z brought her major recognition, they also came with challenges. It was a wild ride, full of highs and lows, but Foxy held her own through it all. So yeah, Foxy Brown's journey is a testament to the grit and determination it takes to make it in the rap game. And with Jay Z by her side, she blazed a trail through the hip-hop world that won't soon be forgotten. Foxy Brown's flair and fearless style made her a natural fit for collaboration. In '96, she and Jay Z dropped Ain't No N, a banger that set the stage for their artistic partnership. Their chemistry was off the charts, with Foxy's fiery lyrics meshing perfectly with Jay Z's smooth flow. It was a match made in hip-hop heaven. But they didn't stop there. In '97, they hit us with ALB. Another hit cemented their status as a power duo in the rap game. Their synergy was unmatched, blending lyrics, rhythm, and a shared vision for their craft. Still, it could have been smoother sailing. The music industry's complexities and the pressures of fame took their toll on both Foxy and Jay Z. The spotlight was intense, and with it came a whole new set of challenges. But despite the ups and downs, Foxy Brown's star continued to rise, blazing a trail through the hip-hop world that left audiences hungry for more. And with Jay Z by her side, she proved that together, they were an unstoppable force in the game. Foxy Brown's sophomore album, China Doll, was a game changer. Debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart in '98, it made her only the second female rapper to hit that coveted spot, following in the footsteps of the legendary Lauryn Hill. Talk about making waves. China Doll wasn't just a chart topper, but a testament to Foxy's roots and influences. From gritty street tales to messages of empowerment, the album showcased her diverse style and paid homage to her Brooklyn roots, as well as influential artists like the Notorious Big and Jay Z. Their collaborations greatly impacted her career, helping solidify her reputation as a prominent female rapper. But every rose has its thorn, and for Foxy, it came with the release of Broken Silence in 2001. While the album featured the Grammy-nominated track Nana Be Like, it didn't quite hit the commercial heights she'd hoped for. Complications with her label, Def Jam, only added to her challenges. Eventually, she parted ways with the label, while Jay Z continued his ascent, becoming a rap icon and a savvy entrepreneur. In 2004, Jay Z took on the role of president at Def Jam, a move that would significantly impact Foxy's career. The industry was changing, and Foxy found herself navigating a new landscape without the support of her former label. But through it all, she remained a force to be reckoned with in hip-hop. When Jay Z took the reins at Def Jam, one of his first moves was to bring Foxy Brown back into the fold. It was a pivotal moment in their relationship, marking a fresh start for Foxy's career. Under Jay Z's guidance, she embarked on a new chapter, releasing new music and collaborating with various artists. But their connection ran deeper than just business. It was a true artistic partnership born from a shared dedication to their craft. Foxy and Jay Z's collaborations weren't just songs, they were expressions of mutual respect and admiration for each other's talents. As Jay Z's influence in the industry grew, so did his impact. He founded Rock Nation, a powerhouse label and entertainment company that nurtured diverse talent. His role as a music mogul allowed him to support emerging artists and profoundly shaped the industry. Meanwhile, Foxy Brown remained a hip-hop force, releasing music showcasing her unique style and lyrical prowess. Her legacy as one of the foremost female rappers persisted, extending beyond her collaborations with Jay Z. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The music industry is a tough nut to crack, and Foxy faced her fair share of challenges. Despite her early successes, some of her albums, like Broken Silence, didn't meet commercial expectations. Yet, she remained resilient through it all, navigating the industry's complexities with grace and determination. Jay Z's rise to success was nothing short of meteoric. From iconic rapper to savvy entrepreneur, he blazed a trail through the music industry like few others could. His leadership extended far beyond the stage as he delved into various business ventures, making history as hip-hop's first billionaire. When Jay Z took over at Def Jam, one of his first moves was to bring Foxy Brown back into the fold. With their collaboration back on track, a new chapter was beginning for her career. But the music industry is volatile, full of unexpected twists and turns. For Foxy, the journey only grew more complex. A sudden hearing loss forced her to postpone her album Black Roses, adding uncertainty to her career trajectory. Rumors swirled about Jay Z's dissatisfaction with her progress, sparking speculation about her future at Def Jam. Despite efforts to revive her career, including a management deal with Black Hand Entertainment, the release of Black Roses remained uncertain. Foxy found herself at a crossroads, with questions about the direction of her music and her future in the industry. On August 16, 2007, Foxy Brown made a bold move, leaving Def Jam to launch her independent record label, Black Rose Entertainment, with distribution through Coke Records. It was a significant shift in her career as she sought to carve out a new path and express her artistic vision in a rapidly evolving music industry. In January 2011, Foxy Brown dropped the diss track Massacre in response to Lil' Kim's Black Friday. The beef between them was real, and Foxy wasn't holding back. Then, on August 14, 2012, Foxy surprised fans with a special guest appearance on Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday tour in New York City. Rumors swirled about her collaboration with Minaj on Fresh Material, adding to the excitement. But it wasn't until August 2018 that Foxy Brown officially returned, featuring on Nicki Minaj's Coco Chanel track from her album, Queen. The Queen was back, and fans were ecstatic. Since then, Foxy has been making waves in the music scene, gearing up for her highly anticipated fourth studio album. In 2019, she flexed her skills on the remix of Casanova's So Brooklyn, proving she's still got it. In 2020, there was an exciting reunion as Foxy joined forces with her group, The Firm, for the Full Circle track featured in Nas's album, King's Disease. Foxy Brown's career has been a testament to resilience in the ever-changing music industry through all the highs and lows. Her distinctive style and lyrical prowess continue to be celebrated, undeniably impacting hip-hop. And with that, folks, that's a wrap. Bye.